Ciao, bonjour, hello, and buono estente. See? Who else do you know that can speak all of these languages and yet still talk as much bollocks as I do? Well, happy Homebrew Wednesday, chaps. Pleasure to be here. Now, first things first, last week's Homebrew Wednesday video, that way, I was telling you at the beginning about how I probably wouldn't be able to do much more of these Homebrew Wednesday videos and keep them up to scratch because I've got a new job. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I am no longer employed. One of those things, nobody's fault, it just wasn't a good fit. So moving on to try something else. It's good though because it's made me reevaluate what I want to do with myself. I'm studying psychology at the moment on the Open University, and I think that's where I want to be with my life. So I'm going to keep on doing that, and you never know, I might be able to get inside your head at some point and tell you exactly what's going on. I mean, look, if I can't figure my own head out, how am I going to be able to figure your head out? Don't worry, it's all good. Anyway, today, look what we've got here. We've got a bottle. You probably noticed that, right? But this one is good because it's got lager in it. It's got Cooper's lager. Remember the video we did last week, the Cooper's lager kit? I've got one here and we're going to test it. Look at this. This is the Muntons lager kit. This one's nice and, well, it's not cold, but it's, yeah, it's nearly cold. This one's come from the shed. This one has only just finished. We pressed the bottle, it's really hard. Finished carbonating, so I'm really excited about that one. This one is really hard too. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little taste test this week, folks. No turbo ciders this week, I'm afraid. I'm going to leave that until another time. This is just really a quick video doing some taste tests. Now the first one we're going to do is the Muntons. And for the Muntons, I've got a glass Grolsch with, you can see on the bottom there, Grolsch, there's a bit of dust there, don't worry about that. These two glasses that I'm using have got the nucleation points in the glass to keep the fizz going. And for the Coopers, I've got an Aspel glass with the Aspel logo at the bottom. Other glasses and manufacturers are available, folks. These are just ones I had lying around. So let's do the taste test first with the Grolsch on the Muntons. Did I say that the right way? Oh, beautiful, lovely. Look at that. That looks good, doesn't it? Let's give it a pour. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Now remember, I knocked this one up with my own brew enhancer that I made. I can't remember exactly the measurements I used, but maltodextrin. I keep saying dextrose, folks. It's maltodextrin, light dry malt and dextrose, normal brewing sugar. Can you see the head on that and the fizz? Hopefully you can see the fizz, folks. Yes, look at that fizziness. Isn't it lovely? It's beautiful. But what a strange colour for a lager. More of an ale, really, isn't it, folks? But it tastes like a lager. It's quite nice. Well, it did when I last tried it, and that head will go down in a minute, folks. It's only because it's the way I poured it. Yeah, I like the look of that. That's looking good. So let's give it a little sippy poos. Always a good sign when I do that. Really like that. Extremely malty. Lovely fizz on it. Beautiful fizz on that, folks. Can you see the fizz in there? Look at those bubbles. They're bubbling up. Yeah, more, I would say, edging more towards an ale rather than a lager. Remember what I said about ale, folks. It's the Essex accent. It's not my fault. But it's quite pleasant. I would drink that quite happily, which is quite strange for me. As I said, I'm not a massive lager drinker, but I really do like this one. And maybe it's because I am a Londoner that I love London so. Maybe it's because I made up the Lakey Bloke Brew Enhancer. Shout out to Craig Chew for suggesting that you do it on your own and you can make up your own brew enhancer. But I think without that, this will probably be quite a boring, bland drink. But with it, it's, you know, with the extra malt and the body, it's giving it some body, giving it some rounds off the flavours, you know. Really, yeah, really nice drink that. Happy. So that's the Muntons, folks. What I'm going to do while I'm here is I'm just going to pour the rest of that into the glass there, so I get all of my lager out, because in a minute, folks, I'm going to drink them. Naughty boy, and I. So let's put that to one side. Always try and keep some crap at the bottom of your pet bottles, folks. You don't really want those. Sorry about my arm going over there. You don't really want those. You know, the crap at the bottom of the pets in your drink, but it won't do any harm. Yeast is good for you. It just doesn't taste very good. Here is oh, it's always a good sign of a good lager, a good fizzy drink. Oh, there you go. See, I agree with me. Lovely Aspel glass. Aspel again, could be anybody, but one thing I will say about Aspel is they do fantastic ciders. If you like cider and you haven't yet tried Aspel, I would say that their ciders are just fantastic. They will make you fall over though, because they're quite strong, and they're, you know, there is a sweetness about them. But once you taste an Aspel, you'll go like that. You'll go, ooh. But once it gets down your gullet and into your belly, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. So I like those. But yeah, look, here we go. This is the Coopers. Now the Coopers is at room temperature, sadly. I've not stuck it in the fridge. They are ready though to go into the shed now, to keep them cool, and I'll keep them there. But for the purpose of this taste test, we're going to open it up. So, oh, a nice little fizz on that one too. That's what I like to hear. Now with the lager, you probably recall, I used Cooper's Brew Enhancer 2, a packet of that, and I added, I think, 500 grams of, oh look at the head on that, that's worse than the other one, folks, isn't it? Look at that, woohoo! I added 500 grams of dextrose. This, I'm sure, will go down in a tick. Concentrate on the colour though, that's a proper lager colour, isn't it, folks? Beautiful, beautiful carbonation. It's exactly how I like my drinks. If all of my drinks turned out this way, I'd be a happy man. But that is, that's really nice. Now, on smell, between the two, I would say the Coopers has more of a lager smell to it than the Muntons. Yeah. What about taste-wise though, folks? You know what, folks? There's not much in it. This is slightly more malty than this one. This is not as smooth though as that one. So they're both slightly different in different ways, as you would expect, I guess. Yeah. Which one do I like best, folks? Oh, that is so smooth. That is just as smooth as something quite smooth indeed. Now I don't know if you folks remember this. I was talking to a friend of mine, Gary Smith, also on YouTube. Hello, Gaz. a while ago about a Strongbow that was released a long time ago, guys, that had a little widget in a can, and it was called Strongbow Smooth, and it was basically a cider that you poured out of a can. It had a little widget in it, and it gave you a really smooth cider. And this is the smoothness, the smoothness of this is very similar to the Strongbow Smooth as I remember it. It's a shame they didn't keep doing the Strongbow Smooths, because they were really, really, really nice drinks. At least I think they were really, really, really nice drinks. You might not have liked them, or neither will you probably remember them, because you're not an old git like me. And you might not even be cider drinkers. Why not? Why aren't you cider drinkers? Why are you even watching this? So, if I had to choose between the two, let me finish pouring this one out. The Muntons is slightly older, of course, because this has only finished carbonating and is not really cold and ready to go into the shed. It will be though. Actually, it's probably ready to go into the shed today. Tasting it. It's, the fizz on it. It's still, you can probably see that. It's still a tiny bit cloudy. Wish I had a little torch handy so I could shine it behind it and show you. There's still some cloudiness in there. After time though, I'm sure that will clear a bit. And even if it doesn't really affect the taste of the lager. It doesn't really matter. I've never been that bothered with colour, really. I like them crystal clear because I think aesthetically they look better than cloudy drinks. But it's about the taste, really, folks, and the profile, isn't it? And what you get out of your drinks. See, the head on this one's gone down. But I think with this one, guys, that head isn't going to go down much further than that, because of the maltodextrin we put in there, the Lakey Blokes Brewing Heart. So rewind back, watch the Muntons video to see the exact ingredients that I put into this. Very similar to the Coopers Brewing Heartser kit, Coopers Brewing Heartser 2. Remember, Coopers Brewing Heartser 1 doesn't have maltodextrin in. Maltodextrin, of course, if you're looking to buy some for yourself, it's available from all good home brewing shops. It's also known as body brew. So if you're looking to buy some, I think one of the famous brew, I think might be Rich's. Forgive me, Rich's, if I've got this wrong, and it's not you that makes body brew. It might be one of the others. However, you can look for it. It's called body brew or maltodextrin from all good home brew shops. Here we have it then, folks. Cooper's Lager. Very nice fizz on that. Lovely. The interesting thing, guys, and I don't know whether you cider makers and drinkers out there will be able to shed any light on this for me, is that I've found the two lagers I've done so far, the carbonation's been really, 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 really good. Now on the ciders I've done so far, carbonation has been good to alright. I don't really know why. But in this instance, perhaps I've just been lucky. I've also moved away from using the Cooper's drops. I used to use 2 Cooper's drops per 500 milliliter bottle. Now I've just gone into using a teaspoon of sugar, because apparently that makes the medicine go down, if Mary Poppins has got anything to go by. Yeah, a teaspoon of sugar in the brews now, and I'm getting better carbonation. Could just be lucky, but the 2 kits I've done here, the 2 lager kits I've done here, I really like them, folks, and I'm a cider drinker, so I recommend you giving them a go. I mean, if you like lager and cider, some people like lager and cider, some people prefer cider over lager, and vice versa. Give them a go. The Muntons is more of an ale, but it's kind of lager tasting, but it's a bit smoother. In fact, it's as smooth as Silky the Silkworm's silk pyjamas. Yeah, very nice. And this Cooper's Lager is not as smooth, but remember, we didn't use the same ingredients. This has got Cooper's Brew Enhancer 2 pack in it. This one has Leaky Blue's Brew Enhancer, or Improver. Can't remember what I called it now. This is more lager-like than this, but this isn't as smooth as the Muntons, as I said. Out of the two, I'd have to say they're both equal. They're both really good lagers / ales, because we used ale yeast. All of the lager kits traditionally have ale yeast in them, although I will put an aside there, not all of them, some of them have proper lager yeast in, and you know, you brew lagers at a much lower temperature, around about 15 degrees or something, then you can get away with the yeast that you get with the other kits, which we do around about 20 degrees, something like that, 20 to 24 degrees. Obviously much easier for home brewers like us to make, and I think I'm quite impressed with those. I'm not a lager connoisseur, but I know what I like, and if I were to buy a lager in a pub and they served me that, first of all I'd go, is that lager, you sure? And then I'd drink it and go, actually it's quite nice, I quite like that. Similarly with this one looks like a lager, you know, it's flavoured like a lager, and if I got that in a pub and they served me that, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy that I paid £4.50 for that in a pub. It's as good as a pub lager, but you know, everyone's got different taste, guys, when it comes to lagers. Some people like pilsners and European lagers, and some people just like the normal bog standard crap that you get. I was going to mention some names then, but I thought twice about it, folks. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, I did think twice about naming lager brands that I thought were mass-produced crap, but I think you will know what I'm talking about. They're fine if you're out with your mates and you want to get a bit pissed and you're up for a bit of a session, then, you know, whatever tickles your fancy. And if Tesco's or any other supermarkets are available, folks, have a you know, a special on where they're getting rid of, you know, 24 packs of whatever. I see, I nearly said a name then. 24 packs of lager. Go for it. You know, if that's up to you. But why not have a go and do it yourself? Because if these results are anything to go by, and I keep looking down here because I've got them here, guys. If these results are anything to go by, hello, then I'm a happy bunny. And after all, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Being happy with your end product. I've had more disappointments with my turbo ciders and kit ciders than I've had with these lagers, and I was really never going to try a lager kit. I was really, lager in it, I'm not that bothered really, but I'm glad I did because they're really nice. So thumbs up for the Muntons. That one, folks. Supposedly that's a light amber colour. You know, you may agree that's the case. A bit dark for me. Thumbs up for the Coopers. You know, traditional lager colour. Once it's once the mist has gone a bit. You know, it's early days for this one. It's only been standing at room temperature for a while, so I'll put that in the shed for a couple of weeks, and that will probably clear up after 3 or 4 weeks. That'll be quite a nice drink. You know, aesthetically pleasing, so to speak. So yeah, give it a go, guys. Thanks for all your suggestions on the next turbo cider to make. Yeah, you've pumpkin. I've had a suggestion for pumpkin. Thanks to whoever suggested pumpkin. You know who you are. A bit late for that now, no, really. Pumpkin is just, I can't imagine drinking a pumpkin cider. It makes me want to heave. Some other suggestions as well have come in. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided, guys. So I've got another week at least before before we do the next one. And the next one will be a turbo cider, chaps. I promise you, I will do a turbo cider. I won't just sit here drinking and going, oh, this one's better than that one. I will do another turbo cider, and you'll be there to see it with me, and we'll see what happens with that. But what I will also do next time around is we'll share a little drinky poos with you of one of the turbo ciders I've made in the previous video. I'll dig one of those out, maybe a blueberry or a hopped cider. I'll show you one of those. I think I've already showed you a hopped cider though in a previous video. So maybe another one. I'll have a little dig around and I'll see what I can find in the shed. God knows there's enough crates out there to get the entire Essex Drinkers Anonymous pissed. Don't all come round my house and ask for beer. You're not getting any. It's all mine. No, you're welcome. Come round, we'll have a beer. So yeah. Cheers, guys. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, as I've said. That's all I've got for this week. Thanks for all your support. Tick the like box if you like it. If you don't like it, tick the thumbs down and tell me why you don't like it. And, we'll see, if I give a shit, and B, if I do, I'll try and improve whatever it is that you don't like. But I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing it for me, so fuck off. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, folks. I'm joking. So yeah, have a really good week, guys. I'll see you next time, and we'll do some turbo ciders, because I know it's been a while since we've done ciders, guys, and let's get back to that. So God bless you, governors, in my Mockney, I would say, I'm not a Cockney, Mockney Essex twang. Have a really good week, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.